So, okay, we've got standard English. We have possession, all these apostrophes. Let's take a look. Literary agents estimate that more than half of all nonfiction books credited to a celebrity or other public figure are in fact written by ghostwriters, professional authors who are paid to write other people's stories. So people, other people is plural. So the possessor, and it is possessive because the people own the stories. It's the stories of people. People's the possessor, so we put apostrophe S after the possessor. So that looks good. That, not good. That, not good. Not possessive. That looks good. Now the question is stories possessive. Stories, but no, stories is not possessive. So I don't need any apostrophe S. A is the correct answer. So, okay, standard English question, quick vertical scan. I've got a possessive issue here. In the early 20th century, Joseph Kukuku and other Hawaiian musicians introduced, so musicians is not possessive here. It's just the subject, noun, and the verse. Actually, I don't need any of these possessives. It's just musicians introduced audiences in the mainland United States. A has to be the correct answer. Here we have a pronoun, that, it, they, he. This is the only plural one, so I'm going to guess that's going to be correct. Let's take a quick look. Smaller than poppy seeds, tardigrades are tiny, but they are tough. These minuscule animals can survive for 30 years without food or water. No way. Is that right? Wow. And they, so it's the animals, that's the antecedent. And they refers back to the animals. They can withstand extreme temperatures. So yeah, my hunch is correct. C is the correct answer. Okay, English, grammar, vertical scan. We've got a verb issue. Contribute, will contribute, have contributed, will be. Okay, it's going to be a question of tense. So let's take a look. The U.S. Geological Survey wants to map every human-made structure in the United States, and is asking volunteers to help. Cassie Tammy Wang and Ashi D'Souza are just two of the many volunteer map editors who blank to the project since it began, who contributed to the project. They are two editors who have, there's no contributed option, so it's have contributed. It's they have contributed, so it's the perfect. So they've contributed perhaps for some time over and over up through a past period. That makes the most sense in this case. So the present perfect here is the correct answer. They're not contribute, simple present tense, not in the future, and not in the future is an ongoing action. C is the correct answer. Notice when we have words like until or since, they indicate the perfect tense in many cases. In his groundbreaking book, so what do we have here? We've got a possessives grammar issue. In his groundbreaking book, Bengali Harlem and the Lost Histories of South Asian American, Vivek Bald uses newspaper articles, census records, ship's logs, and memoirs to tell the stories of the immigrants. So we're saying stories of. I don't need apostrophes. If I'm going to say stories of, it's the South Asian immigrants' stories or stories of the South Asian immigrants. So C is going to be the correct answer. None of the apostrophes are necessary. Remember, we often use that flipping it around to detect whether there should be an apostrophe or not. So if it's the dog's leashes, this is the dog's apostrophe on the leashes, we would say the leashes of the dogs to indicate, okay, yeah, that makes sense. That is a right possessive. Here, the correct answer is that flipped around version, the stories of the South Asian immigrants.